environmental conditioning good tips for this week. This week we're coming up on Memorial Day, which is a great time when most people are opening their pools. I showed you in an earlier video she wants to get down, explore the world herself, which in itself is environmental conditioning, so I'm going to let her. I showed you the pool in our last video that my shepherd uses. Obviously it is too big for Luna, she would drown. Right, and so a lot of times people say, "Oh, we have to determine if our dog likes water or not." Well, Luna is going to be boating. We like to take our dogs paddle boating and kayaking, and we like to be at the beach. And she belongs to a mermaid. I may have mentioned that before. We'll put a picture in of her and her mermaid so you can see what I mean. So naturally, she will be around water. So we want to make every effort to make her comfortable in water. So how do we do that? Do we just dunk her in the pool? No. If you are just dunked into a pool full of Jell-O, does that mean you're going to like swimming in Jell-O? No, it's going to feel weird. You're going to be like, what the heck is that? So we're going to start with something small. So this is what we're going to be using. You can see it's the lid to a Tupperware lid. In fact, it's cracked a little bit, so it's not going to carry a whole lot of water. Not even maybe half an inch because it's raised in the middle. But again, we just want her to feel the water on her pads. That's a little, that may be shocking to her. I don't know yet. I haven't tried. But I want to make it as minimal as possible. So we're going to fill this up and be right back to show you how we're going to try to get her to choose to wade through water. All right, so we have our lid filled, and you can see in the middle there's actually a dry spot. But to get to that, she'll have to walk through the wetness. Okay, so what we're going to do, no one's going to force her into it, okay? If she doesn't want to, she doesn't have to. I really want to, my first attempt is going to be to try to lure her to step on her own. If she is leery of that, if she's cat-like, where she just wants to avoid the water, then I might just click and treat her for any steps she takes towards the little water dish, okay? So if she walks on it easily, then we know she might be ready to try a bigger dish. Okay, we never move on until we're successful. What do you think? She has no idea what's happening. I'm gonna put her on the ground. I'm gonna click and treat her for looking at that first, because I want her to have good feelings about this whole situation. Okay, so I have a really good piece of food, okay? This is dehydrated meat, and I'm going to put it right in the middle where she has to take a step. She is not sure what to think of it, because as she stepped on it, okay, it tipped a little, so her feet were fully wet underneath it. Good. If she chooses to stay there, I'm going to click and treat her some more. Good girl. Might try to lure her to put those back legs on. Good. Put some treats there. Good girl. I'm making it a big deal. I don't know if I'm just assigning breeds to specific things, but little dogs tend not to like water a lot. Good. Do you see her lifting up that back leg there? That tells me she's not 100% comfortable, but she's working through it. Anytime we take something the dog isn't completely in love with and turn it into something good, it's a win to me socially. Good. Let's see what she chooses to do. She's kind of still trying to avoid it, so I may have to lure her a few more times. Again, if she really does not want to step on it to get the food, I would not make her. Good. It's a strange sensation on her feet, right? She is not a fan of going outside when it's when it's raining out. Good girl. back legs like to lift up when they hit the water. So I'm clicking her when she keeps them down on her own. I'm clicking her at a higher ratio than I typically do for something like this because she was lifting up her feet. I want her to know I want to really pair it with something good, and in this case, the treats. Okay, so as you noticed, she was lifting up her feet, so I'm still gonna work at this level for a few days. I'm gonna wait until she starts to offer walking on the lid, and then I will find a slightly deeper lid. So we take baby steps. So in this case, we have not even a 1/4 inch of water in here. So I might move to a 1/2 inch, okay? And move up and up and up as she tells me she's ready, okay? But teaching them to navigate through something that might seem a little weird or iffy to them helps to build their confidence, all right? Thank you, and stay safe.